First thing I do want to say is you have to have really good takes of vocals. You can't polish a turd, and what I mean by that is you can't have really crappy takes and expect them to be good just because you know how to mix. It doesn't work like that. You got to learn how to first sing really good and get really good takes, and then once you mix it, it will make them sound even better. So first of all, I always have a CLA 76 compressor, and I really just go off presets. I'm not the type of dude that can really hear compression a lot, although I know what it does. So I usually just put like an in-your-face vocal, and I just go from there. I just make it sound the way I want to from a preset. So this is what it sounds like with just the compressor on.
Hiding from the fate that lies in my soul, desolated sound. My soul. Hiding from the fate that...
You can see that the needle is pumping quite a bit. I like to really compress them with harsh vocals like this so they can really sound in your face. The next thing I do is I pull up SSLG channel, and right here I usually boost a few frequencies. So the first thing I always do is I do the high end, so I'm adding about 1 dB of like around 6K. That's just gonna add just a little bit more presence to the overall vocal so it sits over the mix better.
Hiding from the fate that lies in my soul.
I also add a little bit of around 2.9K as well. This is also going to help the presence with this particular mix. Those guitars are really scratchy and they have a lot of brightness to it. The next thing I want to do is I want to bring out a little bit of the bottom end, which makes the vocal sound a little bit more thick. I'm adding around close to a dB, just below 1K, just to push that lower mid just a little bit further in the mix so it can have more transparency. Next, what I do is I add some saturation, and I also use my de-esser. So on the de-esser, basically de-essers are taking out all the high frequencies that you would hear that like literally make your eardrums bleed when someone says an S. So I always take those out a little bit. You can hear every time that it makes an S. You can see it's pulling down on that frequency, so make sure that you're not overdoing it because you want those S's to sound out, but not so much that it makes your eardrums bleed.